Dylan, we're enjoying having you here.
Well, thank you very much. I enjoy being here. Wish I didn't have to give you such bad forecast for the weekend, but we are watching a storm system off the southeast coast. Now, there's a 40% chance that this disturbance here could develop into a subtropical system. Now, what this means is it's not really set up like a regular tropical system, but it still has the potential to produce really heavy rain and really gusty winds, too. So this is going to kind of meander off the coast through the day today and then push westward as we go into tomorrow. So that means heavy rain is expected, especially out towards the Outer Banks in North Carolina. It moves up into Virginia by Friday night. We'll see some heavy rain, especially along the coast. Winds get gusty, too. And then on Saturday from Delaware to Maryland, up across the D.C. area through New Jersey, Pennsylvania, then eventually moving up into New England. This is just going to ride right along the coastline through Saturday, and then kind of linger into Sunday, perhaps even into Monday morning. So again, it's not just the really heavy rain, but it's also the wind gusts. Along the East Coast, we could see gusts up to 35 to 45 miles per hour. So it's going to be real nasty going into Friday and Saturday. And we could see up to 6 inches, especially down across the Carolinas into Virginia and the Mid-Atlantic, too. That's a look at the weather across the country. We'll get to your local forecast in the next 30 seconds.
Forecast.
I did get my costumes in August, just because I knew like the sizes weren't going to be around anymore for the kids.
I'm shocked.
I'm shocked, too. I was actually just like totally on it this year. And we've worn them several times already. So there's that. We've got a severe threat of storms in 2 spots today, one across the Nebraska area and then one down through Oklahoma and into Texas. We could see some large hail, softball, baseball sized hail, not out of the question. Wind gusts up to about 60 miles per hour, too, but isolated storms will pop up. Then tomorrow it kind of joins those areas, and we're still looking across the Central Plains to see those possibly damaging wind gusts and also the large hail, too. Something to keep an eye out for. Temperatures are still well above average. We're running about 10 to 15 degrees, still above average across the upper Midwest. Minneapolis, 82 today. Omaha, Nebraska, 82, 79 in Detroit. That's nearly 10 degrees above average. Tomorrow stays nice and mild, although it cools off a touch. We'll see those high temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. And then as we go into the weekend, we'll stay in the 70s in Chicago. Looks beautiful. Cleveland, lower 70s. Up in the Boston area, we do have that rainy day expected for Saturday and Sunday, so temperatures only in the 60s going into the weekend. That's a look at the weather across the country. Now here's a peek out your window.
Boy, and you look skeptical.
No, I'd like to see this TV. Let's get to Pop Start, though. Or weather
we
first,
gotta do
perhaps. I got so much to say.
Hey, Dylan.
Carson, I almost forgot about you.
We have other important things to talk about. We've got another beautiful day across the Northeast. Temperatures in the mid to upper 70s, low humidity, bright sunshine. Down across Florida, though, we do have some scattered showers and storms. Isolated storms back through the Plain States. Some could be severe with large hail and damaging winds, the biggest threat. And we also have that mountain snow across parts of Montana into northern Idaho, but along the west coast itself, temperatures look nice in the 70s. That's a look at the weather across the country. Now here's a peek out your window. And don't forget, you can find us on today's show, radio, Sirius XM Channel 108. And Carson, I'm going to do more weather.
I'm sorry. They handed me 50 pounds of Pop Start in a 10-pound bag.
Yes.
And so I was eager to get through it. But lovely weather, Dylan. Really. Thank you for that. We appreciate it.
But by the
I'm going to quiz you all by the end of the day on that.
America knows exactly what you're talking about.
Of course they do.
Oh, it's
like A-list celebs, people go. It's a
We're
crazy
in that
concept.
much pain. I feel like you just will reveal.
I guess so.
say
It is fun to watch. It's oddly, and Sean does a great job with it. It's a lot of fun.
The list is so long.
Great.
So I guess the question is, would
They
have
want us?
It's funny,
Probably
talk
not.
shows beg to get A-list guests, and yet there's a long line of A-list begging to have their mouths on fire. You can catch. You're typing everyone. The duck has spoken, and my promotion. There it is.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right, we got to get outside. You know what's out there?
Okay, comfy sweaters and cozy drinks, but it also means we are on alert for flu, COVID, and RSV. So we have some good news for you this morning. Free at-home COVID tests will be available again starting next week. NBC News medical contributor Dr. Natalie Azar is here to walk us through all of the vaccines and boosters out there. Good morning. Good morning. I got my free COVID test yesterday. I just walked in. They have it anyway. The pharmacies have it. have a stash of them.
It takes about 2 weeks for those protective antibodies to kick in. That's what you have to keep in mind. Flu season is starting about now and heads into the winter. If you're 65 and older, there's a couple high-dose shots that you are eligible for, but the rest of us...
Nasal spray.
Right.
Is that
So
better or worse?
nasal spray, every cup 2 and 49. But here's the thing. There are a couple of exceptions to it. It is a live vaccine. Kids between 2 and 17 who are taking aspirin and other certain Medicaid RSV from flu shots.
It's not for kids.
No, this is for 60 and up. The little ones get something called a monoclonal antibody. They were approved around the same time. It's really great news still.
Great.
All right. Are there potential side effects that you need to worry about?
So we're get pain, redness, soreness, and then the usual with any vaccine: fatigue, fever, headache, nausea, diarrhea. Who would ever get this? Booster. So we have COVID booster this year. We're going to stop calling it booster. We're going to say an updated vaccine, just like we update the flu shot every year. This is targeting the XBB strain that was prominent in spring and summer, but it is going to cover the current circulating strains, which are different than that one. And it is okay to get the COVID and the flu shot at the same time. We've been saying that for a couple of years. Go ahead.
Is there a logic or like, do you know what I mean? Should we apply the same logic that it's just an updated?
So
at it or the
but there's
vaccine.
a lot of nuance.
Right.
You're so good.
Talk to your doctor.
Thank you.
Seriously, really good. All right. For more information on current vaccines, go to today.com/health.
All right, still to come, our new series,
We are launching our series, Head of the Class, celebrating some incredible educators.
This is going to be a great series. And to kick things off, Dylan headed to gym class, winning team who quite the following on social media.
so excited to share this story with you. It was just so much fun. I visited a phys ed class where dancing, fun, and fitness, they all go together, and I met a teacher making an impact far beyond the gymnasium walls. He also, you saw that hula hoop, which you're like, what's the physical benefit of that? He showed me so many different, smiling the whole time. He was
the
wonderful.
best teachers meet the kids where they are.
Exactly.
So good.
And that is what he's clearly doing every day.
That was good.
That was a good one. Thank you.
Yeah.
When we come back,
NBC Sports NASCAR analyst and a New York Times best-selling author.
And Dale.
And your two daughters, Isla and Nicole. I mean, you had this whole life, of racing before kids. Do they?
Buster gets back on track. Buster gets back on track. It's available now. And by the way, you can also, of course, go straight through the Heartland. Coverage starts Sunday, 3:30 Eastern on USA. I hope you guys do more of those road races, by the way. The one in
Anytime. All right, coming up, the hilarious.
Yes.
No, they all believe in the concept.
What I think is so special because it is something that all kids need to understand. So to see themselves represented, I'd imagine was important to you.
Kids and adults can use. Could you walk us maybe through one or two?
Absolutely. Deep breath. And now one specific thing. Let's fast forward to our shoulders because we're short on time.
One especially right there.
All you got to do is imagine that thought as a cloud and watch it float away. To get more in touch with how your body's feeling, it helps you regulate body sensations and feelings.
And if it floats away, does that mean you don't let it linger? You just think about it?
Yeah, it's not that you're ignoring it. It's just that you're recognizing.
Episodes of The Mindful Adventures of Unicorn Island drop every Tuesday on Headspace's YouTube page.
All right, coming up in Shop All Day, some bright. This morning's brand new Shop All Day episode is all about those fall feels. And we have Elena Besser, host of Head of the Table, here with a preview to get our homes ready for the season. Scan the QR code to see all of these picks. Elena, good morning.
Good morning, my friends. Oh, it's so great to be with you. Happy fall, y'all.
Happy fall, y'all.
How do we customize these signs?
Okay, these are so much fun. They're from Noble Sign, and it's a really great way to bring in the autumn.
Tomorrow on the third hour of Today, music superstar Kelly Clarkson is here live.
Coming up on Hoda and Jenna, Emmy-winning actress Katherine Heigl.
We will see you right back here tomorrow. God willing, and the creek don't rise.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye.